Well, Robbie, where do you start to dissect that performance today?
Not acceptable. That's the only time in my tenure here so far that was not an acceptable performance from my group. It's my group. It's the players we've brought in. We didn't look like scoring. They were the better side. It could have been 5 or 6, no question about it. We don't look a threat. And in the space of 6 weeks from what was the game, Halifax here, we've just gone from the most dynamic, relentless team. Even last week we were very good at Scunthorpe, but today that was a worry. You're trying to solve problems, but inevitably you even got 2 up, and we don't look like scoring. We can't hold the ball up, wrong decision making. They got more desire from set pieces than us, but again, it's on us as a group, me included. It's a tough period for me personally as well, in terms of gone out of the trophy, a competition we would like to have won, but they were the better side. I thought they were brilliant. Their desire and their attitude and their willingness was brilliant. And we talk about putting people in the game, in situations. Mendy was in midfield, worked so hard. I thought Chibi, the 19-year-old, got the man of the match. I thought Gabe Kirkhoff second half done really well. He's disappointed with a goal, but I thought on his senior debut, I thought he was brilliant second half, young Gabe. So there are positives, but inevitably that was a performance. Because what I try and do is I try and give people accountability of their own departments, and they're all doing unbelievably well to a point. But then lads are late coming out for the warm-up. You see, before the game, it's the first time I've had to pull the group in. Just say, listen, you were late out for the warm-up, and the standards have slipped, and we need to get back to what we were 4 or 5 weeks ago. Because I think you guys who have followed us all season, the fans, unfairly, some of them were saying that was rubbish, and I totally agree with them. That was rubbish today. And I stand here when we win, I stand here when we lose, and in the games we've lost, we've given everything and we've looked good. But today, that was not acceptable, and the fans have got every right to have a go at us, because it's us. And now we've got to pick ourselves up and go again on Tuesday. But I said to the group in there, I've not shouted, didn't shout at half time, just trying to solve problems. I think Gilly's offside. It was a great ball in from Jay. I think he's offside, and that 1-1 could have changed it. But let's be fair, even if he'd have scored that, we should have been 2 or 3 down in the first half. There's no excuses, but listen. I'll stand here as the manager and apologise, to everybody for that performance. That's my team. That's my team, and the players we've brought in are young, first loans. But 6 weeks ago, we're the best, most entertaining team in the league. Today, if we carry on like that, we will struggle to get in the playoffs.
Because you gave everything going, changed formations 3 or 4 times, roll the dice on the bench as well. Nothing seemed to work today.
No, nothing. And it wasn't even one. It's not. People say it was one of those days. No, because you have to solve problems as a manager. You have to look at players. Listen, and again, it's easy to say if we'd have had Ricardo, one player we've brought in recently will make a massive difference for us. But again, can't keep saying that, because we've brought players in to perform, and for most of the season they have been magnificent. You speak to every other manager, fans of other clubs, saying how good we are, but today we look like a team who had just been thrown together from nowhere, and there was no patterns, there was no communication, there was no connections, there was nothing. And that for me was haven't seen it coming. Didn't see it coming. I don't think you did. I don't think anybody else here now standing who watched the whole season have seen that performance coming. And I'm shocked to see that performance from us. But I don't want to take anything away from Wealdstone. Let's be totally honest. They should have won 5 or 6-0. That's fact. I'll stand here and I'll take it and I'll protect my players. And I will. And that was a performance which it shocked me. It's opened my eyes, and fans saying we need experience, but we didn't need experience 3 or 4 weeks ago. That's the culture and that's the environment we're creating, this team, and we're still in a great position in the league. But it is slightly concerning that's the performance this year when I've gone, wow, what has happened there? I think that's fair.
Easy question to ask, hard one to answer. What has happened there? Why has the standards dropped? Why has the team changed in a few weeks, do you think?
Well, but if you look at Sutton, we were magnificent. Sending off has killed us. Then against Altrincham, first half went, second half we were magnificent, I think, in terms of didn't put the ball in the net. At Scunthorpe, we all witnessed a performance, fine margins, but today, it's in a week, do we have to train more? Do we have to train harder? Because all the physical stats are all up there. They're all up there. They work exceptionally hard. But today, the body language of some players today didn't look like they wanted to be out there. Because it's the first time when characters and in personalities, when you're struggling, because we've not struggled in any game this season. That's the biggest margin we've been beat by, at home to Wealdstone, deservedly so. Could have been more. But that's when you see the real character, the real personality. Because when it's going well, it's nice and it's great and we're winning and the crowd are on side. But I feel it, and my management team will feel it more. I look in the mirror, of course I will. I look in the mirror and think, what could I have done differently? Well, nothing. I can't give these players any more in terms of the communication, the highs. I tell them how good they are. I'll tell them off when they need a telling off. But it's just a terrible, terrible, terrible day. And I'll apologise on behalf of us all for that performance to our fans. Again, the South Stand was open, brilliant noise, but we need to give them something back. And today, we offered absolutely nothing in the forward areas, to a point where I was scratching my head. And is the answer, Ricardo? Is it as simple as that? And I'm shocked. Listen, I can see in your faces, everybody here, what we've just witnessed. I can't get it. But tell you what, I'll look at the game back. There'll be changes on Tuesday, and the easiest thing to do is we need experience back. Do we? Because 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we're unbelievable. But again, the easiest thing to say is the negatives. But this team will grow. And I'm not going to give all the old cliches. It's a journey, it's this, it's that. Because we need results. And we've gone out of a competition. We've gone strong in. Other teams have concentrated on the league. But our thing was we want to win every game. And, some of the big teams are out. A lot of the big teams are out because they're focused on the league, but we want to win everything we're in. And unfortunately, we went out of the National League Cup, lost against Nottingham Forest here, went out today against a much better side with more desire, and it was disappointing and shocking.
You're forced to focus on the league now. It's a Tuesday. Is that game too soon, or have you got enough time to turn things around? Are you a manager to get them in on a Sunday? I'm not going to punish them. I'm not going to punish them being on a Sunday. They need to look in the mirror, because managers will stand here and managers have bad weeks, but you're the focal point of the team and you've got to lift and you've got to act at times. And again, last year at Macclesfield, winning every game, it was great. And this is a sticky part for me. And how do I react? How do I get the best out of players? How do we as a staff now get the best out of players who look nervous, who look worried, who look some body language like they don't want to be in? So again, that's for me now, and it's a great test. It's a test I'm going to thrive in. And again, as a player, I didn't have the best as much ability as most. But I tell you what I did have, I rolled my sleeves up, I worked hard, I had a heart, and when the adversity kicked in, I come to the top. That's who I was as a player, and that's what I'm like as a person, and that's what I'm like as a manager. So again, it's 6 or 7 defeats all season? Was it 4 in the league? It's a sticky patch, as Chris alluded to last week. But as I say, I love being manager of this football club. I love the people. But it's a desperately poor day, and the fans are right to vent their frustration at us all, because they pay their hard-earned money. They turn up home and away, and I'll defend this football club. People say, that we don't have many fans, but the fans who turn up are magnificent. And again, there'll be lots of people out there looking at that result thinking, wow, how do we react? And listen, we'll go again Tuesday, we'll give everything, and it's a big game on Tuesday now, but their celebration deservedly so. We put the music on and saying, listen, they deserve that, because they were magnificent.
Finally, how are you finding it? I know you said Macclesfield that you're doing well majority of the time. It's the first time for a screen that the results aren't going the best. How you seem like it's an opportunity for you to prove yourself as a manager.
Yeah, of course. I knew that. Yes, you're not going to win every single game as a manager. Last year, we had the best players. And I got the best out of them. This year, it's a new group, 23 new players, young players, who we knew would have a dip. And the dips come at a bad time. And now it's how you get the best out of those players. Do those players think they're good enough to play at this level? Well, they were good enough when we second half against York, when we beat Boreham Wood. When we went to Carlisle, we were magnificent on the end of the defeat. When we went to Scunthorpe. So again, the majority have proved they're good enough. Some now are struggling, yeah? And can they react? I'm struggling in terms of what I've just seen. So how do I react? How do me and my management staff react? The standards have slipped a little bit at the training ground, which that will be put right. We've got the best facilities in the league. Look at the grounds. We're now working so hard on the pitch, and the volunteers, they give us everything. The club give us everything. We give our players everything. And to put a performance like that on, with some of the body language, was unacceptable. And will it happen again? That's down to the collective. Because the easiest thing to do is stand here and throw all my players under the bus. It was their fault, but it's not. It's my fault. I'll stand here as their manager, giving them the information. We try everything. We give them everything. Dale gives them everything. The food's amazing. The travel's amazing. We're very, very fortunate to be at this football club. And I'll be here, hopefully, for a long time, because it's the start of a journey. And if I'm not, then I know I can go home to my family, look them in the eyes and say, do you know what? I give everything. And maybe I'm not good enough. But it won't be for the want of trying and putting things right, because I'm a good person. I'm honest, I'm transparent with my players. Some players won't like me. I get that. I understand it. I've been a player. I didn't like some of my managers when I wasn't being picked. I get it. But one thing's for sure, that I will do everything I can with my staff to put it right. And we're still sixth in the league, are we? I don't know how the results went today in the league. You're going to probably give me bad news. No? What are the results? Do we know?
I don't think it didn't go the best above you. I know you're 10 points away from top, but still 9 points, I think.
We're not going to win the league.
9 points comfortably in the playoffs.
Right, we're not going to win the league. We know that. And let's be fair, we're all looking over our shoulder now. Because if we perform like that, then we're looking over our shoulder for the playoffs. So how now? And the answer is not change the whole group. This is the group we've believed in, we've brought in, and it's up to us to get the best out of them, like we were 4 or 5 weeks ago. And we have to do that. Listen, we were in the market for one player. We made a bid in an area I think we need to strengthen. We're still waiting to hear from that club. So that was before this game. So if that club decide to accept the fee for a player, then that was already done before this game. So that won't be a panic, no, because it's a position we're in where we know where we're going as a football club. We know what the culture we're creating. And if you want to be part of the journey, make sure you do things right and you prepare right and your standards are high, as ours are. And if you're not, then it's going to be a long, hard season. But I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this part now, because for me it's different. It's great when you win every week. But now, how do I get the best out of me, and how do I get the best out of my players and my staff? And I'm the leader of this group. And when the results go bad, I'll take it, because on a whole, for how many games we played this season, all competition, 29, about 35 for 30, we've been very, very good, even in defeat. But in defeat today, that was not my team. That was not a team we've built. That was not a performance I expected. And the fans have got every right, and I'm a fan. So I'm watching it as well, Bill. And I can't believe what I'm seeing. How can I tell somebody when they come on, if you give communication to somebody when they come on, this is them all, right, go run forward, but they don't, they stay at the back. Hold the ball up, and they flick it, and then there's a counter-attack and they score. If they're not listening to me, then there's a problem. And then afterwards, there's no screaming and shouting. What's that going to achieve? That's for me. Emotion of screaming and shouting, your arms aching, holding that mic. The screaming and shouting is for me, the emotion. Because I wish some of the fans could have come in half-time and after the game, because my emotion and my feelings are exactly like them. Exactly the same. And I wish I could have pulled them in after, because they know the journey we're going to be on. And there's going to be some bumps. And today was an almighty one, which we need to recover quickly on Tuesday.
Well, thanks so much. Thanks for being so honest and transparent.
That's fine.